Welcome back to our lesson on triangle centers. In this video, I'll show you how to construct the centroid of a triangle. Okay, so here is our triangle, and the first thing I need to do in order to construct the centroid of this triangle is find the midpoints of all three sides. So I'm going to do the construction of the midpoint, or the bisector, and I showed a couple different ways to do this in a previous video. I'm going to do the method where I just set the compass to be a bit more than half the length of the segment. And then I'll go ahead and draw an arc across. Now, keeping the compass to be the same length, I'll center it at this point and then draw another arc across. Now I'll set the straight edge, I'll line it up to those two intersection points. Now I'm not actually going to draw the entire segment, I'm just going to go ahead and mark off the midpoint. So there it is, there's my midpoint. Now I just do the same thing, oops, sorry, you couldn't see this one, but that's the other intersection point down there. Now I'll do the same thing for the other two sides. So set my compass to be a bit more than half that length, the length of that side. Draw my arc. Now I go to this point right here, and once again draw my arc. I'll use my straight edge, line up the two intersection points, and I'll mark off the midpoint here. And now, just one more to do. Let's find the midpoint of the top. I think I can keep the same compass setting here. So let's keep the paper flat. I'll draw my first arc. I'll go over here and draw my second arc. And you'll see it actually ends up sort of meshing into this arc because I kept the compass to be the same length. Now take the straight edge and line up the two intersection points and mark the midpoint. Okay, now that I found the three midpoints, all I need to do is connect each midpoint with the vertex opposite that midpoint. Let's do it right here. So I'll line up that vertex with the midpoint using my straight edge. And then I just draw this line right here. Now, by the way, this line is called the median of a triangle. It's a line that connects the midpoint of one side with the opposite vertex. Now I'll draw my second median in from this vertex down to this midpoint. And now my third one. Let's line up the 2 points, the vertex here with the midpoint opposite. So you can see that these three triangle medians all meet in this one point right here. And that point of concurrence is called the centroid. So let's go ahead and write that. So that point right there is the centroid of the triangle. And since we have constructed the three midpoints, we also know that this length is equal to this length here is equal to this length here, and this length here is equal to that length there. So that's the construction of the centroid of a triangle, and in the next video we'll look at the construction of the orthocenter.